Welcome back to K&K's Indie Gaming Corner. Boom, look at that. I'm getting better at this already. I'm your host, Carrington, and with me as always, I've got the amazing and wonderful Kyle.
That's me. I'm here and I'm awake.
Yeah, me too. For those that are watching or even listening that are paying attention, we are recording this at 7 o'clock in the morning, so it is early. It's usually done in the evenings.
This is we're really making it like, radio like a radio talk show. A morning radio talk show.
Welcome
I'm trying to put words together right now. I'm really trying.
Gaming Corner. How's that?
That's pretty good.
Thank you. We got a fantastic game lined up for today. We also have some interesting topics lined up for later. Does gaming improve your decision making? I don't know. Let's talk about it. But first, let's get into the game. So Kyle, we decided to go with Citizen Sleeper from Jump Over the Age. Real quick, this game is a RPG. I'll read what it's about from the developers themselves. Narrative RPG set on Erland's Eye, a ruined space station that is home to thousands of people trying to survive on the edges of an interstellar capitalist society. This game is available on all platforms, and is it not? Oh, it's not on PlayStation. It's on Switch, Xbox, Series X, S, and the Xbox One, as well as PC. So, Kyle, what are your thoughts on Citizen Sleeper?
I absolutely love this game, and I believe this game is a sleeper of a game.
Please explain.
I think I first heard about it through another gaming podcast. I don't know. I wouldn't have heard of it if it weren't for another source, or I probably wouldn't have even paid attention to it if going through the gaming library on Game Pass or looking on my Switch. But let me tell you, it's such an awesome game, and when I say this, it brings board game to video game.
Mm-hmm.
And since we've moved to Cincinnati, I will say, and with regards to the pandemic, but we had a pretty regular group of guys that got together and played board games about every other week. Mm-hmm. Something that I absolutely loved. And so now being able to see this, a board game brought to video games, like a board game style of a game brought to video games, it's so much fun being able to pick that back up and not even having to have friends to play it with. Mm-hmm. You can just pick it up and play it by yourself. And I love that. I love the style of game. I mean, we're so used to seeing Sims. We're so used to seeing shooters. We're so used to seeing fighting games, just these big genres of games. And Citizen Sleeper brings in this fresh taste and fresh play style to the video game industry. And I absolutely love it.
You hit it on the nail. It's definitely like it is really like a board game or even like a tabletop RPG kind of thing. And when I first booted it up, and what struck me first was the art, because it is fantastic. Second, I didn't expect to do a lot of reading, so I had to adjust, everything. So nothing's voice acted.
Right.
And once I adjusted, because for me that's reading. I don't mind reading. It's just a lot of reading in a video game can be overwhelming sometimes, but it's worth it.
Yeah. It has. I guess we should probably explain to our listeners. So it is, like I said, board game stylish of a video game. It also brings. I guess you could say a text-based adventure. Because you said a lot of reading is done into it, and you are this robot per se.
Yeah, basically known as a sleeper.
That you do not own your body. So the quote unquote government owns your body, and you are trying to make life on this ship. And as you are trying to figure out how things run. Which was the most confusing thing for me was
Yes.
figuring out like, okay, so what am I supposed to do? Because it just drops you right into the game, and then you start figuring out things. And as you're figuring out how to play, how you are to progress with each move, you develop friendships with other people on the ship called the Eye. You are also making enemies on there, and you're also trying to do jobs. You're trying to get money. You're trying to feed yourself. You're trying to keep your energy up, and you're also getting hunted at the same time by this government that is trying to get its body back. You're running from them, so you're doing all this on a simple board. And while it's confusing, I think it probably took me about 2 hours to kind of get into it before it sunk its teeth into me.
Yep.
And once it clicked, it was like it was boom. Just I was in for it, and it was hard to put down. And it's also the perfect game to pick up and play for 15 minutes because, unlike your traditional board game, you get a turn, so you have skill points. I guess I forget the term they use for it, but you get a dice. I'm sorry. Each day you get a dice, or you get 6 dice, and your actions that you do throughout the day are based off these dice. So if you want to go flip burgers at the local bar, you roll dice for it, and depending on the dice that you roll, you either had to have a good, bad, or a neutral action. Good is beneficial, bad is negative, neutral really doesn't do a whole lot. Yeah, it doesn't do a whole lot for you. And yeah, I don't. If you love board games, this is one that you really got to try. And I will be probably playing this as soon as we finish recording here this morning as well.
It's crazy to me too, because at the same time, because you are like a robot, you do have to keep yourself in good condition. And that also equates to how many die you get each day. So as your condition worsens, you'll get less die to work with. So a turn could last upwards of, I'd say, 6 to 7 minutes, roughly, if you have the full set of 6 die. Or it could take as little as 30 seconds if you're down to 1 or 2 die. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, if you feel like you're getting gypped when you have exhausted all your turns within 60 seconds.
Yep.
Almost like, have I done everything? But yeah, it's true, man. Your turns can last a long time, and they can be short.
Now, this game also has 8 different endings. Have you gotten to any of the endings yet, Kyle?
I've continued going on with progressing on. Unfortunately, I've not finished the game.
So I've gotten through 6 out of 8 of the endings. I've gotten through almost all of them. There's 2 I'm missing. I had to look up guides because I finished it once on my own. Then I looked up guides to see how to get the other endings without spoiling the endings. If that makes sense.
So for you to get to an ending, because like I said, I'm still going through. I'm still playing through. I haven't died or anything. How long does it take for you to get to the ending?
Not long. I'd say about my first ending took me about 5-ish hours, 5 or 6.
Oh, okay. Dang. Okay.
Yeah. Once I picked it up and I realized, like,
wow, you really sunk a lot of time into this over the last.
Yeah, dude, I could not put this down.
I feel guilty. I don't even know if I feel right.
Because like, I was in Florida. If you guys listened to our last episode, my quality was garbage because of that. But pretty much as soon as we stopped recording the last episode, I picked up Citizen Sleeper, like for real. And the same thing happened to me was when it clicked. One, how I was supposed to go through a day, like what it means to go through a day or a cycle, as they put it. And then I found out, without giving anything away to our listeners and to you, Kyle, I was able to figure out what led to an ending. Because I'd say you have to follow the storyline, or any one storyline that was introduced to you kind of towards the beginning. You just follow it. And that's what I did. I followed one of the early storylines till the end.
Well, that's interesting because I been just kind of flipping back around to everybody, trying to please everybody and try to do the best that I can.
I thought about doing that, but then I'm like, you know what? I only have so many actions. I'm just gonna follow just one storyline, and that's what I did. I won't say which one, and I won't because they're all so. I feel like there are a lot of themes, like each individual storyline covers as well, that you want to follow and get to the end. And there's actually one storyline you probably haven't even unlocked yet. That's an ending either. You haven't started that one yet. I don't know. Have you unlocked the area where it's basically a greenhouse?
That's my next area. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There's a storyline there that leads to an ending also.
Okay.
Actually, two. So, yeah, there's even storylines you haven't unlocked yet.
Okay.
And they anyway, like I was saying, each one covers like a different theme and such. But what's interesting to me is like it starts so surface level, each storyline, and by the end, you're just left with this feeling of whoa. Like every single one. When you end, it's just like whoa.
Okay.
And it sticks with you.
All right. Yeah, I'll probably be playing that for the rest of the day then today. Although my wife will not want me to because we've got stuff to do at the house. But I will be playing it on and off today, which I did want to mention. This game is the first game that I've been playing on Xbox Cloud.
Yes.
Which you helped me get on, and I think this is the perfect game to play on Xbox Cloud, which is gaming on the go. I play it on my iPhone, and I use my controller to play it. So at work, it's been perfect to play during my lunch breaks. Usually I read or watch a show or something, but now I can play games on the go. And I love Xbox Cloud Pass. I love it. It's awesome.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah. So cool.
That's when I was in Florida. That's how I played Citizen Sleeper. It was strictly through xCloud, and it works beautifully. And it's a service I feel like that doesn't get a whole lot of attention. Like people talk about Game Pass a lot, which is it's fantastic. It's great, by the way. But along with Game Pass, you get xCloud, and you can play games anywhere as long as you have a decent internet connection.
Right. Which this game. It was a little janky while playing it, but you're not doing any quick actions in this game. So it's perfect fit for it. If you can tolerate a little jumping around on the screen and a little delay, then you'll be fine. And this is perfect for it.
Absolutely. It's not because I play games like Dead Cell a lot using xCloud, and you definitely need a decent internet connection for a game like that.
For that, because you move real fast in that game. Yeah.
Anyway, back to Citizen Sleeper. I cannot speak highly enough about this game. It took me about 5-6 hours to get through. Probably endings, my first and second endings. So it's not super long. If you're
That's funny because I've spent a good chunk of time in it.
Right.
I think a lot of the time was spent getting my gears going for learning how to play.
Yeah.
But I've also I know I've spent more than 6 hours playing it, and I haven't even
touched the ending.
Yeah.
I will say it's probably because of the way our play styles are different. Because I was doing what you were doing. Like I said, trying to do like. Go to this job over here to do that person or keep that person happy, and then do this storyline over here, which has the father-daughter storyline, which is fantastic. I mean,
that's
a beautiful storyline.
Yeah.
You had all these storylines going on at the same time, and I was trying to do all of them, and I just got to a point where I'm like, my condition doesn't always reflect how many actions I can do. So I'm like, I'm just going to focus on one. No matter if I have 6 die or 1 die, I can at least move forward with this certain thing. And it's that's basically what it came down to. And then after you finish an ending, you can just load up the save again and continue playing.
Crystal. Okay, cool. Yeah. Good to know. So so what do you rate this game?
I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10.
Wow, that's solid.
Yeah.
That's solid. I don't feel like I Since I haven't had an ending, I don't feel like I could rate it, but I do want to say that 9.5 sounds fantastic, and I highly recommend that you pick up this game and you play it
Absolutely. It's
before
on
the year ends. Yeah.
I was gonna say and it's not expensive. If you have Game Pass, you can get on Game Pass. I think it's $10 to get, if I remember right.
Game Pass?
No. Like if you want to buy it,
pick
yeah,
up.
no, I'm sorry, it's $20.
Okay.
It's a little high for a game like this, I think, but the storylines are worth it. It's fantastic. I can't speak highly enough.
Yeah, and I think if you are heavily into board games, this is one that you want to play, and it's different. It's going to be probably the most different game that you play this year.
Yes.
You know, a lot of Souls-like games out there, a lot of FPS is coming out, a lot of, people are obsessed with these genres that we're currently in, and this is a fresh break from everything that we've been playing.
And we didn't even talk about it yet, but the music is also glorious. It's got like a futuristic sci-fi, cyberpunkish type style to it, and it is fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely love it.
Well, and that is Citizen Sleeper from Jump Over the Age. And for me personally, like I said, a 9.5. We're going to take a small break, recollect, get into our topics for the day. Hey, and we are back, and we are in business because we got some exciting topics to talk about. First, Summer Games. Gosh, I can't remember the name for it now.
Summer Game Fest? Or
yeah, Summer Game Fest.
Okay.
Summer Game Fest is right around the corner. Thank you. Summer Game Fest is right around the corner, and to kind of sort of kick it off.
I think by this time, it will have already happened.
True. It could be going on right now, because as I'm recording it, it's tomorrow. So for us, it's right around the corner.
Yes.
And in a way, you could say Sony kind of kicked things off last week with their State of Play, even though it's not officially part of the Summer Game Fest. So Kyle, there was a lot of big games, big things there, but we're an indie gaming show. Were there any indie games that caught your eye?
There is this really intense game coming out that looks like somewhat of a stealthy, almost horror-ish type game called Stray.
Yes, I remember seeing that.
Where it looks absolutely terrifying, but you also play as this really cute little fluffy kitty.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go to call it like a walking simulator. It just it looks like a stealth game that you play as a cat in a maybe dystopian futurist type environment. I don't know much about the story itself, but if you have not seen it, I highly encourage you to go look up Stray from Sony State of Play that happened last week, and let us know what your thoughts are on it, because I'm really excited for this. It's new. It's a new take. I don't know. It's just the fact that you can play as a cat. Who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want to play as a cute kitty cat in a really scary situation?
Absolutely.
Makes it less scary. But yeah, that's what I'm looking forward is Stray. What about you?
So for me, it was, I'm going to hope I pronounce it right, but it was Eater Nights. It's a dating action RPG, and
that's totally sounds like a Carrington game. Hold on, top it off. What's the art style?
It's anime style. I know what you're probably thinking, like a dating game, like what? Like, but go watch the trailer. First of all, the animation looked gorgeous.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
And like the gameplay itself, I don't know how to describe it. Just go watch it, because it looked like a huge take, or a fresh take on a dating genre. I don't know.
Yeah, that's totally. It's way different. It is beautiful though. When I looked at it, when I saw the trailer too, I thought, wow, everything. It's beautiful. It's vibrant, and the action in it kind of looked similar to like a Souls-like game. As far as some of the fighting in it, I thought.
I think so. I know the developer said he was inspired by Persona 5, which I've never played, but I'm not aware of what it is. I know what it is. But that was a huge inspiration. If you look at some of the action in it, you can see some of that inspiration
Okay.
deep in there.
Very cool.
Well, yeah, that has an early 2023 release, so it'll be a while before we get that. Whereas Stray, I mean, you guys will probably be hearing that from us shortly because that's only a month away.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for that. So I would love to cover that game. Maybe possibly get some early access to it.
Maybe.
I don't know.
We've been in talks with some developers. We were actually in talk with the Citizen Sleeper developer, but unfortunately, or not developer, but he was the artist.
The artist, yeah.
Unfortunately, he declined because he doesn't speak English very well, but he was very nice, very cordial, and yeah, his art is beautiful. Anyway, we've been talking with other developers as well, so keep an eye out.
This is going to be a funny topic.
So last time we recorded, I saw a tweet and wanted to bring it out. This time, you saw a tweet and wanted to bring it out. So the tweet itself is from UberFacts, which is an account I love to follow on Twitter because they tweet some interesting facts. Random stuff, yeah. So the tweet says, playing video games can help train your brain to make faster, real-life decisions with equal accuracy. How do you feel about that? That's a very interesting tweet. It's not something I was aware of.
Yeah, I personally agree with it. I think that it helps you, especially with the way like QuickTime events work now in games, and we don't see it very often, but it's there. I think it gives your brain a situation to react quickly, more so than you do in everyday life. And if consequences are bad in a game, you die in a game, you don't, or you have a bad effect in the game. In real life, if you don't react quickly enough, that could be bad, very much so. But yeah, I think it trains your brain to make snap decisions. I don't have a personal experience from it, but I do work in surgery with surgeons, and I've heard also that playing video games can help improve your skills as a surgeon.
That I have heard.
Yeah, for particular specialties, as far as like robotic surgery or laparoscopic surgery, where you're dealing with these instruments and you're viewing what your work through a video assisted device. And people can say all they want. They can trash all they want on video games and say that they're for kids or whatever. But I really think there's a lot of benefits to playing video games. And one of them is this tweet in general, that it helps you make quick decisions. What are your thoughts on this tweet?
It's on UberFacts, so it's a fact. I can't deny it.
Right.
But in my personal life, I cannot say that I am the best at making quick snap decisions. I'm actually a very indecisive person, but that's from a personality thing. If it's me and my decisions, like for me, I say yes, that's true. But I'm also a people pleaser. So if Kyle, if we're trying to figure out something to do together, and I always side with what the other person wants to do. And if they don't know, I'm like, well, I don't know, because I'm always thinking, what's that other person going to think? What do they want to do? What'll make them happy? But that's a personality thing. I don't think that's has anything to do with video games. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting.
But I do agree with, because I have heard that playing video games could make you a better surgeon. Because when I had surgery, and my surgeon was talking to me, he's like, you should be a surgeon, Carrington. And my mom was like, I don't know if he should be it. And all he does is play video games. And I was, like 16, 17 at the time. My surgeon was like, oh, that's perfect, because that actually helps out with like hand-eye coordination and steady hands and all that stuff. So that's not the first time I've heard it. And he's not, I don't remember how old my surgeon was. I'd say at the time he was probably in his 50s. And he had that thought and thinking as well. So playing video games does have a ton of benefits. And I think it's funny too how I turned 32 this year, and I still get in my life like, oh, you still play video games? I'm like, yeah, I still watch cartoons too. That doesn't stop me.
I will tell you. So there's a couple surgeons that I have on my friends list for Xbox that I've worked with. Yeah, that they still play. And then the chief of surgery at previous hospital I worked at, he was late 60s, I would say, or maybe early 70s. Big PUBG player. Loved it.
Really?
Yeah. And he has his own rig and everything. And we're talking about this guy. Yeah. This guy that trains med students, trains residents. He has this huge responsibility. And we're sitting in the hall and he's telling stories of the game that he played last night and like moves that he made and just all this sweet stuff. And I was blown back by that. But games aren't just for kids. Games help you out. Games help you make quick decisions. They help with problem solving too.
Yes.
And high coordination, hand and eye coordination are greatly improved through playing video games too.
And socially.
Yeah. I think because of people dealt with COVID in their own way, but because we were all restrained to our homes and stuck at home, it was a great outlet to be able to get out and talk to people as opposed to browsing through depressing social media all day, every day. Getting on and playing video games is a happy place. Really, it could be a happy place for anybody.
I think it's funny how, when the pandemic first started and people were talking about, how, it was a huge, big deal for everybody, and
Right.
But socially, the social aspect, we just kept going at our normal pace because at the time you were in West Virginia, and our other friends that we play with regularly, they're in Minnesota, so it's not like we physically see them in any way, shape, or form on the regular.
Right.
So that aspect, it was nice because that was something that didn't change or wasn't affected at all.
Yeah. So yeah, UberFacts is right.
It's a fact.
As far as oh shoot, what is it they said? As far as making faster real life decisions with equal accuracy, they are right. But there's also so many other benefits to playing video games that people should be aware of too.
Absolutely. So, what are your thoughts at home? If you're watching on YouTube, comment below. If you're watching or listening, rather, on our various other audio podcast portion, you can tweet at us. You can send us a voice message on Anchor. All those links will be included in the description, even for the audio stuff. Hey, podcasts have descriptions too. Don't forget to check them out. We put it there for a reason. So hit us up what you think. If you've played Citizen Sleeper, if you've seen State of Play, or, if you want to talk about the facts, the UberFacts, making real life decisions, hit us up. We're open. We love talking to people. We are open. We're an open book. Kyle?
Nice.
That's all I got for today. How about you?
I just want to say that you've been doing beautiful work to the website. So we are currently working on our website, revamping it, switching some stuff around on it and trying to clean it up a little bit. Hopefully, I don't know. I won't put a time limit on when it'll be done, but hopefully it'll be done soon enough. GDEX is this weekend. Unfortunately, we will not be there, but keep your eye out on that and any news that comes out from it, because we love GDEX. And check us out on social media. K&K Indie Gaming.
No, you're the one doing it.
K&K Indie Gaming. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, which we don't update very often, and Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and
Instagram. Did you say Instagram?
Instagram. So yeah, be sure to check us out there. Send us a voice message like Carrington said. We'd love to hear your opinion. We'll answer your questions. Give us a hot topic for next week. Please give us a hot topic for next week, something that we'll discuss, and we'll give you a little shout out. And like and subscribe on YouTube.
Hey. So. And as always, have a rad day.
Yes, have a good day.